Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, is taking a lump sum the sweetest deal? We'll add up the true costs. Then, we'll school you on how to take your love of lifelong learning to the next level. We'll report on important medical news that you can use. Plus, their caring goes beyond those in their care. We'll visit a senior facility that also provides food for those in need. And don't let the Grinch steal the value of your gift cards. We'll unwrap important rules.
It's time to get going, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. You have the perk of a pension, but now your company is asking if you'd like to accept a lump sum instead. Should you take it or leave it? Jim Lineweaver is here to present the pros and cons of each option. Jim is a certified financial planner professional with the Lineweaver Financial Group. So welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
Why are companies leaning towards these lump sum payouts?
Well, what happens is it presents over time a big contingent liability that they have. So, a lot of companies have switched to 401ks or 403bs and things along that nature to kind of pass some of that burden off to the individual, and then they may just have a match or something like that. So with all these pension plans that are out there on their books, they're saying, hey, why don't we try to offer our employees that are eligible for that either a lump sum or to take an annuity payment down the road that they would elect. But also there's a company called the Pension Benefit Guaranteed Corporation, which really has to stand behind all these pensions in the event of a bankruptcy. And the employers, for every participant, they have to pay an insurance premium to them just in case, you have a couple bad companies in the industry, then that company is going to come in and bail that out. So they're paying an insurance premium in addition to the contingent liability for the actual money of the pension.
So I can see the expense. Now, if a company does offer you a lump sum payout, does that mean that the pension is in trouble?
No, matter of fact, if they offer a lump sum, they have to be 80% funded. So that's actually, could give you some good credence or some ability that, the pension is not in trouble. But normally how it works is you're going to get a notice in the mail and it'll tell you, okay, by a certain date, you have to either pick a lump sum option, which you can roll to a self-directed IRA. You don't have to pay taxes on it immediately. Or you could choose this pension option, and it may have a life-only option for you. If you give them maybe a spouse's date of birth, they'll offer a contingency of maybe 100% if you pass away, also going to your spouse, or 50%, or some options there that you can try to pick and choose from. But the key is that once you make the election and it goes past that date, it's probably irreversible and you're not going to be able to make a change.
It's a done deal.
Yes.
So what is the answer? Do we stay or do we go?
Well, that's not easy. So what ends up happening is there's a lot of factors that you really have to consider. So if you're really going to look at this maybe on the lump sum side, okay, so let's say if you look at all your income sources, and I know a couple weeks ago on the show we talked about real estate and income. So let's say you have other income sources that you can rely on, and you might not need this monthly pension coming in. Well, then you might want to take a lump sum. You can roll it to a self-directed IRA and have that help supplement your income. On the flip side of that, if you're having a hard time making ends meet, maybe you're not managing your money correctly, or you haven't saved enough in your lifetime, and you like the idea of like a Social Security check coming in, then a pension check would offer the same things. It gives you the flexibility of getting another guaranteed potential income stream that you can never, ever outlive for possibly you and your spouse.
Okay. Any other factors you got to think about in doing this?
A lot, yeah. So if you do take that monthly pension, and let's say you have a family and you want to try to leave them something down the road, well, it's not going to be from this pension option that you pick for maybe you and your spouse. Because once you and your spouse pass away, that's it. There's no more pension. That company keeps the rest of it. On the other hand, if you take a lump sum, you want to be prudent with it. Make sure you get some professional help on how to manage that. But then you have the flexibility. If you don't use that asset, if it does grow over time, then what can happen is then you could leave a legacy with that asset. So quite a bit of different dynamics on how you pick and choose which one's really appropriate for you.
Yeah, there's no easy answer. So any tips you've got?
Yeah, one thing where we have seen mistakes where we haven't caught people soon enough or they didn't come to see us till after the fact, some people will say, hey, I'm getting a windfall. let's just take the lump sum. And they don't realize if they're less than 59.5, they have to pay taxes and a penalty. And they may want to say, hey, well, I'll just pay off these credit cards, or I'll go buy this, second home or something. Got to be very careful. Don't rob from your retirement for today's gratification. It's there for a reason. Try to keep it as a retirement resource for you so that, you can really have that comfortable retirement that you're planning for way back in the beginning.
Yeah, that's why it was there at the company. Let's keep it that way when it becomes yours if you're taking it out.
Exactly.
Lump sum or pension plan. Whatever you choose, you can't undo it, so consider it carefully. And for help, give Jim a call. His number's next.
To find out more, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or log on to www.lineweaver.net. Next, a class act. But first, while millions enjoy eating at McDonald's, CEO Ray Kroc once created an item called the Hula Burger, which customers found almost inedible. So what went into this somewhat sorry excuse of a sandwich? We'll reveal the recipe when we return.
Right now, the trusted experts of University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center and the most advanced cancer-fighting technologies are in 17 community locations. That's leading-edge care, where you're most comfortable. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center. Right now, proton therapy, a revolutionary treatment for many types of cancer, is available for the first time in Ohio, and only at University Hospital's Seidman Cancer Center. That's the future of cancer care. That's UH Seidman Cancer Center.
In an effort to offer a meatless option, McDonald's CEO Ray Kroc put together 2 slices of cheese wrapped around grilled pineapple on a toasted bun and called it a Hula Burger. Let's just say customers weren't loving it, and it didn't remain on the McDonald's menu.
What interests you? Science, art, literature, travel? All of these are available to enjoy through the educational instruction offered by the Case Western Reserve Lifelong Learning Program. Brian Amkrup is here, and he's the executive director of the program. He's going to teach us a thing or two about courses that could get you back in the classroom. So welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Lori.
Before we talk about what actual classes there are, tell us about what is this Lifelong Learning Program?
Sure. The Lifelong Learning Program connects the great resources we have at Case Western Reserve University to the broader community. Our program is accessible. We're all over town. Most of our programs are affordable, on average about $10 a session. And we really want to represent the entire breadth of expertise and learning that we have on our main university campus and bring it to people of Northeast Ohio, wherever they may be.
All right. Since it's like the learning already there, do we have to get ready to buy the books and take notes and ready for school?
You don't have to. There's no grading. There's no tests. Some of our courses are literature-based with a common read, so we do expect people will buy those books and read along. But we have all sorts of formats. Some of our programs are one-shot lectures, one and done for the person whose schedule is a little tighter. We have a lot of mini courses that are just 3 or 4 sessions, and we actually have some classes that are full semester length as well.
Okay. Do they all start fall and spring like a regular school semester?
We actually never stop our programming. We have classes through the winter, we have programming through the summer, but the bulk of what we do follows that conventional course calendar. So here we are in the fall, and we're gearing up to start a whole number of courses again.
All right. I see there are programs that you have that are written programs. Is that the best way to find out what you want to take?
Most of our programs are more likely you'll find them online. And in fact, we print these paper catalogs twice a year. As I said, we never stop. We're always adding things to our calendar. So if you go to our website at case.edu/lifelong-learning, you'll get the most up-to-date information on all of our activities.
Okay, and what types of classes are we going to see, whether it's in the program or whether it's online?
You'll see the entire range of what we offer at the university. Classes in science and literature, classes in law. We have a series this year that follows the latest classes before the Supreme Court. Our classes both replicate what we have on campus, but they're often geared and constructed simply for the adult learner, for the lifelong learner. And there's just such a wide range of personalities and expertise, not just from our instructors, but from the other participants. I tell our teachers all the time, you will likely have a brain scientist, a brain surgeon, and a rocket scientist in your classroom. And that's what we have here in Northeast Ohio.
That's absolutely true. But you also we mentioned travel when we were introducing you, so tell us about the travel component.
Yeah, we have an educational travel program that uses our faculty at the university to be expert guides on the spot as you take that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that you've been looking for. We've sent folks to see the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland. We've sent people to see ancient ruins in Greece and other trips that deal with contemporary events, all guided by Case Western Reserve University faculty. These will generally cost you a little bit more than what we do around town.
Oh, darn. It's not $10 for those?
Not $10 a session.
Sounds like a good time anyway. So.
It's a lot of fun.
The Case Western Reserve University Lifelong Learning Program is a class act. To find out more about its options and offerings, use the information that's coming up next. And my thanks to Brian Amcrut for being an excellent instructor today.
For more information, call Case Western Reserve University's Siegel Lifelong Learning Program at 216-368-2090 or log on to www.case.edu/lifelonglearning. Next, a healthy dose of information. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. There's still time to celebrate the season with the Cleveland Orchestra and its annual offerings of holiday musical harmony. Concerts take place December 21st, 22nd, and 23rd at Severance Hall and feature Yuletide fun of sing-alongs and maybe even a visit from Santa. To note all the details, call 216-231-1111 or visit www.clevelandorchestra.com.
There's a heart treatment that's non-invasive, increases your energy and circulation, and decreases shortness of breath and chest pains. If you have a heart condition, you're probably saying, sign me up right now. But just what is this option that isn't often heard of? Nurse Kim Rosser has joined us in the UH Broadcast Center to tell us. Kim is an EECP therapist in the Cardiovascular Services of University Hospital's Samaritan Medical Center. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so EECP therapy. So is that a clue to what this treatment really is all about?
It is. It stands for Enhanced External Counterpulsation Therapy. And I'm a therapist and do that at the center in Ashland.
So what is this actual treatment for?
Well, it's for patients with coronary artery disease who suffer from angina-type symptoms such as chest pain, shortness of breath, decreased energy, those things.
So if someone has that coronary artery disease, aren't they candidates for an angioplasty or a stent? Most, that's what you usually hear about.
Right, right. And they could be, and they could have already had that actually, and that didn't quite make everything better enough, so now they want this therapy. Or it depends on their anatomy, the severity of their disease. Maybe they're just not candidates to have those other things.
Okay, so tell us how EECP works.
Okay, well the patients come in and they run a treatment, and there's blood pressure cuffs that are on their calves, their thighs, and across their buttocks. Looks much like a blood pressure cuff. And they pump sequentially, milking blood up to the heart to increase the blood flow, circulation to the heart, so the next time it beats, it supplies blood to the entire body.
Okay, so it's timed with the beating of the heart, right?
It is. They're actually hooked up to an EKG monitor, and so it runs off timing of that. The nurse runs the treatment and syncs it to time just right.
Okay, so how long is a session of something like that?
It's 1 hour. There's 35 sessions, so they do it over 7 weeks, Monday through Friday, 1 hour a day, and that's it.
So how have the results been?
The results are fantastic. The data says about 80% of patients notice a significant improvement. However, we see better than that. Most of ours are at like 90%. They really have an improved quality of life.
So it just gets more blood flow to the area?
It puts more blood to the heart so that on the next heartbeat, it's going to pump all that extra blood out. So it's going to essentially create collateral circulation, which is like extra pathways kind of around the blockage that exists.
Oh, okay. So the patient is completely done after only 35 treatments?
They are done. And the results kind of vary on how long they last. Data says 2 to 3 years. We have patients we have one guy in particular that comes every year because that's when Medicare pays it. They pay it once a year.
Okay. So Medicare does pay it. That's a good thing to know, too.
It is Medicare approved, insurance company approved. Yes, absolutely. But he comes back every year because he just loves the results. And so it makes him feel so good that he wants to do it every year. However, I have another guy that's 9 years out. Just talked to him a couple weeks ago. He's still feeling fantastic and just hasn't needed it again.
Okay, so it's a very personal kind of thing.
Yeah.
Why haven't we heard about this treatment before?
Well, I think because there's not that many. We are one of 13 in the state of Ohio that actually offer this. So I think it's just not widely known because a lot of facilities don't actually have it to offer.
Okay, well, we want this to be widely offered. It sounds like a great alternative.
It is a great thing. There's actually a picture of a dog's heart that you can see that it shows the difference. They did some films in a cath lab of its heart before and after, and you can see the crazy difference of the blood flow afterward.
Wow, that's fantastic. So this treatment can truly be life-changing for some patients with coronary artery disease. To learn more about it, use the information that's coming up next. And my thanks to Nurse Kim Rosser for sharing such heartening news.
Thanks for having me.
For more information, call the Center for Lifelong Health at University Hospitals at 844-312-LIFE. That's 5433. Or visit www.uhhospitals.org/lifelonghealth. Up next, feeding body and soul. It's time to get up and go, an exercise segment on golden opportunities.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness. Today I'm here to show you how to work those triceps in the back of the arm, the ever important muscles that help us push the shopping cart and even the shovel this time of year. You ready to go?
Oh, no more shoveling.
That's right. All right. So we're going to do a single arm overhead extension. We're going to start by cradling the dumbbell at the back side. Make sure your arm stays straight up above your head. You want your bicep to be right next to your ear. From here, simply drop it down to about a 90-degree angle and then extend straight back up. We're looking for 12 to 15. You want your elbow pointed forward as much as possible. Slow and steady and breathe. How you doing?
Good. I just don't want to drop the dumbbell.
Yeah, don't drop. You don't want to hit yourself. Make sure you keep fluid motion. Excellent. All right, everybody, 12 to 15 repetitions. Make sure you do both sides. And now it's your turn to get up and go. Looks good.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
There's a senior care facility that not only cares for its residents, but also reaches out to others in order to be good neighbors. Sister Regina Kushner is here to share how one particular program helps seniors with food shortfalls. Sister Regina is the Director of Pastoral Ministry at Light of Hearts Villa. So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Lori.
I mean, you already provide such wonderful care to your residents. Why do you do more?
Well, we always said from the very beginning of Light of Hearts that we wanted to be good neighbors. And so we reach out to them. In 2005, our social workers found that many people in the neighborhood were without food for various reasons. And so at that point, they said, wouldn't this be a great idea if we had a food closet, you know, in order to provide for them? I had inquired, well, how do they get the food now? And they said, well, we purchase it. And I said, how do you get reimbursed? And they said, well, we don't. And I said, if we set up a food closet, getting donations is not a problem. So we got that started, and our very first people who benefited from our seat and safety net were an elderly couple, 90 and 92. She was leaving the hospital after a couple of weeks being there, and the social workers found in their home they had exactly 1 can of soup. So it was a blessing that we were there to be able to help them out.
Okay, so this is a food closet, not a food bank.
That is correct. That is correct. We're there for people who have a food shortfall, and we can take care of their immediate needs. Our social worker is the one who kind of administers the program because he's got the skill to talk to seniors, to figure out what are their needs beyond just the food that they need at the moment. Because frequently there are services, there are other programs that are able to help them with specific needs that they may not have any idea about.
Yes, I find that true with my clients as well.
Yes, you know, and that's often a thing. Sometimes he helps them with the paperwork that would be make them eligible for Meals on Wheels. We also let folks know who benefit from our safety net what food meals are provided by local churches and other organizations, and there is a local food bank that they can also have benefit from.
Okay, and you've seen the need increase from those beginning days till now, correct?
Oh, it's been a significant change. The very first full year that we had it operating, we served 29 people. In the years since, it's gradually eked up until it's moved over 100. And last year, we served 177 individuals.
Wow. So where does the food come from?
Well, it's like this. People donate food and cash donations. The cash we transfer into Giant Eagle gift cards where people can go for fresh produce. Sometimes they are able to get a prescription filled, you know, with that extra benefit. We have occasionally food drives that take place. We do it during different seasons of the year. We'll do it in the summertime. We'll have a holiday collection at Thanksgiving. We do a Lenten collection. And if we run into a point where we have an extra special need at that point, we may have a lobby raffle of something or other where our residents, their families, guests, anyone who comes in the doors can help us out.
All right. Now this is at Light of Hearts Villa, but the food pantry has its own name, which you mentioned earlier, Seton Safety Net for Seniors, correct?
That's correct. And it got its name from St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, who was the founder of the Sisters of Charity, of whom I am an order, and that's my order. She was a mother of 5 children, and frequently she was without food and had to figure out different ways to manage to take care of that absence that was there. And in the meantime, she always served others. So we figured that was a very appropriate name for our Seton Safety Net.
It certainly is. Great organization.
Thank you.
For the Light of Hearts Villa, caring for seniors not only occurs within their walls, it extends outside their walls to help those in need through the Seton Safety Net for Seniors. To learn more, including how and what to donate, use the information that's coming up next. My thanks to Sister Regina for joining us today.
Thank you.
Find out more by calling Light of Hearts Villa at 440-232-1991 or log on to www.lightofheartsvilla.org. Next, if you give, will they take away?
Hilltop Village Apartments is retirement living at its best. Residents enjoy a wide variety of activities and living services with all large first-floor apartments, private screened-in patios with beautiful park views, daily dining room meals, free laundry facilities, 24-hour staff, and so much more. Enjoy safe, comfortable independence at a very affordable price. Call today for a tour and learn how you can get your first month's rent free. Hilltop Village Apartments, retirement living at its best.
Did you miss a phone number or website? Then here's your second chance because we're going to list all of that information again. Then we'll be back with the pluses and minuses of giving gift cards. What gift do you give when you don't know what to buy? Lots of people purchase gift cards, and these cards can provide a welcome solution to the holiday season dilemmas. But there are a number of rules you have to follow to make sure you get your money's worth. Here to explain is my gifted law partner, Mike Solomon.
Hello, Lori.
So, there are rules with regard to gift cards?
Yeah, there are a lot of rules. Basically, the rules say how fast you have to use the card and what sort of fees they can charge you.
So I understand I can't hold on to a gift card forever, but how long do I have based upon the card and the laws and things?
Okay, well, first of all, there are two sets of laws. You have the federal law and Ohio law. And Ohio law, you know, in Ohio, many people are going to have to comply with both laws. So, for example, if you're a single merchant card, you know, it's just for that merchant, under Ohio law, they can't charge you anything for 2 years, no fees for 2 years, and the card has to at least last 2 years. So that's one set of rules. There are exceptions, of course, to every law, and so one of the exceptions is that if it's you know, an awards or loyalty program, these rules, Ohio rules, don't apply. Or if it's a card issued by a charity for some sort of fundraiser, that doesn't apply. Or if it's a multi-use card, they're for many vendors that can use that card. You know, for example, a Visa card. You might get a Visa gift card, and then you're going to be covered by the federal law. And the federal law is different. Federal law says that that card can't charge anything for the card has to be good for at least 5 years. So that's number one. So you don't have to worry about that. And then they can't charge you any fees for at least 1 year, but Ohio law gives you 2 years. So you've got all those complications. The important thing is the card is going to have on it the rules. That's part of the federal law. So it has to tell you the rules of the game. So you should be able to figure it out.
Okay, so there's rules. You have to read the cards.
Yes, that's right.
Should we just potentially just not buy gift cards, you know, or?
No, I mean, you know, gift cards, I don't mean to give that impression, because they're an easy way to make a gift, right? You don't have to figure out exactly what the person wants to give them a gift card. But you just need to make sure, you know, it's not the same as money. I mean, I had gift cards at a bookstore that went out of business. The gift cards are worthless. So you need to, you know, treat it as something that has a finite life to it. If you think you've been cheated somehow, you can contact the Ohio Attorney General's Consumer Office. There's a phone number probably listed on the screen right now to give that number a call. And they should be able to help you out if you're having some problems.
All right, so good tips win this holiday season. You will probably give and will probably receive gift cards this holiday time. Be sure you understand the terms and the time limit so you get your full money's worth. And if you have questions, give Mike a call. The number is next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. Come back next week, but until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.